Did you know that the average American spends about 90,000 hours at work over a lifetime? Yet 85% of people hate their jobs? Let that sink in. You spend half your waking life doing something you don't enjoy, to buy things you don't need, just to feel alive for a few hours on weekends. And we call this normal? Hey, Klumbox thinkers. Today we're pulling back the curtain on something billions of people are quietly suffering through: the traditional 9-to-5 life. It's the modern-day illusion of safety, purpose, and success. But beneath that neatly packaged schedule is a hamster wheel that many are trying to escape. Or worse, don't even realize they're stuck in. Stick with me, because in this video, I'll reveal why the 9-to-5 is no longer enough. Not financially, not mentally, and definitely not spiritually. And as always, I've got a bonus tip at the end that'll give you a clear head start if you're serious about taking control of your life. Let's get into it. I want to take you back to a Tuesday morning, not too long ago. I was on a packed bus, everyone's heads tilted downward, earbuds in, eyes glazed over like background characters in someone else's movie. That's when it hit me. This is it. This is what most people wake up for every single day, just to exist in a routine designed by someone else. Now here's the weird part. This system worked back in 1950, when a single income could buy a house, raise 3 kids, and fund a vacation to Disneyland. But today, you can work full-time and still be broke. Let that echo for a second. And it's not just about money, it's about meaning. The 9-to-5 life was designed during the Industrial Revolution for factory workers. Yet somehow we're still applying that same model to a digital world where creativity, autonomy, and flexibility have far more value than obedience and repetition. So why are we still playing by old rules in a new game? Because the illusion is comfortable, it's predictable, it promises stability, even if that promise is now a lie. But the truth is, if you only trade time for money, you'll always be limited by the hours in a day. That's the trap. Now let's zoom out for a second. Ever heard of Ronald Read? Probably not. He was a humble janitor and gas station attendant who quietly built a fortune worth over $8 million. By the time he passed away, no side hustle, no lottery win, just decades of steady investing and a lifestyle grounded in simplicity. He drove a used car, read the newspaper at his favorite diner, and spent his money carefully. Not because he was stingy, but because he didn't feel the need to impress anyone. He wasn't miserable, he just found joy in the basics and stayed consistent. That's the kind of wisdom we celebrate here on Klumbox. Learning from the quiet wealthy, not just the flashy ones. Because what Ronald understood is something most 9-to-5ers miss. Time is your greatest asset, but the 9-to-5 life teaches you to sell it cheap. And if you're still watching this far, take a second to hit subscribe. If you're a thinker, a rebel, or just tired of feeling stuck, this channel's built for you. Now, let's talk energy. Even if you earn well, your job might be draining your soul. Ever notice how the Sunday scaries feel like a hangover you didn't even party for? That creeping anxiety before the work week starts? That's your body telling you, this isn't it. But here's the trick the system plays. It keeps you just comfortable enough not to jump. Paycheck hits, rent is covered, maybe a Friday drink or a new phone. You're not drowning, but you're definitely not flying either. And so you stay. But let me ask you this, when's the last time you felt truly alive? Not just distracted, not just scrolling. I mean creatively, fully, deeply alive. For most people in the 9-to-5 loop, that feeling becomes a distant memory. And still, many don't leave. Why? Because they think the only other option is risk, entrepreneurship, chaos. But that's not true. The real alternative is freedom through strategy. Start a small income stream on the side. Invest early. Learn a skill the market pays well for. Build leverage so you can choose how to spend your time. Because here's the punchline. The goal isn't to never work, it's to work on your terms. And here's where it gets even deeper. The 9-to-5 doesn't just steal your time, it rewires your identity. You become the employee, you follow orders, you wait for instructions. And after years of doing that, it becomes terrifying to trust your own ideas. That's why most people don't quit. Not because they can't, but because they don't believe they can. And that, Klumbox thinkers, is the real tragedy. But here's the hope. If the old rules don't serve you, you can rewrite them. You can choose a life that aligns with your values, with who you really are, one step at a time. Start small, start scrappy, but for the love of all things free, start. And as promised, here's your bonus tip. If you're stuck in the 9-to-5 life and don't know where to begin, design your escape plan. Literally, open a doc and write down 3 things. 1. How much money you actually need monthly to survive. 2. One skill you can learn in 30 minutes a day that people pay for. 3. One person living the life you want, and study them. That's your freedom formula. Doesn't need to be fancy, just needs to be real. Thanks for watching, Klumbox Thinkers. Drop a like, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Because the 9-to-5 life might be common, but that doesn't make it right. The goal was never to just survive. The goal was always to live.